Channel 2 News.
What the hell?
Hey, Lit, I see you found my favorite place on the farm.
Is the alarm about to go off?
No, it's only 5:45. Go back to sleep.
How long have you been up?
I didn't sleep. Couldn't stop thinking about Mama. I know you think I was wrong not telling you last night that Casey's condition had gotten worse.
Do what you think is right. You're right. If I'd been with Casey and he'd asked me, maybe I'd have done the same thing.
Maybe. But you don't really believe you would have. I wonder if it's too early to call.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll scare her half to death. Maybe he improved during the night. If his condition had worsened, I'm sure Susan would have given you a call here.
Oh, Tom. Just tell me I was right in keeping it from Mama.
You did what you thought was the right thing. Sometimes you just have to follow your own instincts.
Yeah, me. I always follow my instincts. It's my biggest problem. I wish I could be more like you. You think through a problem, you make your decision, and you know it's right.
No, I'm not always right. Most of the time. You have good instincts, honey. So it makes you a good cop. Good wife and mother. And a good daughter.
Hey, Tom, you ever feel guilty for being so happy? Our problems are nothing compared to Mama's and Casey's.
Dad and Kim's.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by IVORY Liquid, where clean and soft go hand in hand.
Hey, two movie stars just in from Hollywood. Pull up a chair and watch the show. Starring my hands, the greasy casserole dish, and the Ivory Liquid. You know, Ivory's a bazillion times better than that other stuff. Yep. Ivory cuts the grease, cleans like crazy. But Ivory doesn't dry my hands. They don't feel rough. See?
IVORY Liquid, where clean and soft go hand in hand.
You know you get your good looks from me. You?
Static can add up to real embarrassment. Static can also be a hair-raising experience. And static can catch you off guard. Because the more you move, the more static can build up. But you can stop static cling by using Bounce regularly, because Bounce leaves clothes virtually static-free.
It won't stop you.
Bounce stops static before static stops you.
Only at Sears does a white sale look like this. A towel spectacular, where right now 2 color-mate bath towels cost just $7 with 11 color choices. Hurry, the real art isn't getting to Sears fast.
Let me ask you something. Why pay more for pink or blue packets when they're Sugar Twin? Sugar Twin costs less, tastes great, sweetens my coffee perfectly. So why pay more?
Sugar Twin. Sweet taste, sweeter price.
that you were asleep.
No, I've just been lying here, thinking how strange it is to feel so tense and so uncomfortable in my own bed. Maybe I should have slept in the guest room. Why didn't you ask me to when I came home last night?
I probably should have. There's so much tension between us. So many barriers.
Is there anything that I can say to break down those barriers and get us headed in the right direction again?
I just don't know what to say.
This is a beginning. We are together.
You really think so? I think we're just trying to hold on to the illusion of being together, even though none of the feelings are right.
They are for me. I do love you. And I can't believe that after what we've meant to each other, all the things that we've shared, that we can't get through this.
I told you last night there were all kinds of memories at the cabin. Happy memories. The night that we realized that we both were in love, that we wanted to have a life together. And then Christopher being born there. Happy memories, happy times. 5 full years of so much happiness.
There's no one who can take those memories away from us.
I don't know. I don't know. Trouble is, when I think about the happy times now, it just makes everything that's happened so painful. I feel like I'm being ripped apart. I don't want to be unforgiving. Every time I try, no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I think about the happy things, I end up right back at the same spot. I am haunted by the thought of you and Susan together.
Run and jump up on the bed, come on!
Auntie,
Mommy and Daddy's bed! Come on, here he goes!
He thinks it's party time.
It's a little early.
Yeah.
So you all ready for that makeup exam?
Oh, yeah, and then I have one more after that, and then I'm ready for that summer break.
Oh, well-deserved summer break.
I'm gonna ask grandmother, though, if I can work at the cellar and still work part-time at Fashions.
Yeah,
No,
come on.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take up a lot of my time. You know, I'm gonna have to confer with Duke first.
That's another good idea.
Yeah. Well, he works really hard, too, you know. He was still at the hospital when I called to say goodnight. He sounded kind of down, though.
Yeah, he's kind of worried about Casey. He didn't have a very good day yesterday.
Really? Well, last night when Duke brought Lila by to pick up Kate, she said that Casey was getting a lot better. I mean, she was so happy.
Yeah. Well, Casey asked me not to tell her anything, because he's worried about what this is doing to her, and there's nothing she can do anyway, so he wanted her to get a good night's rest.
Oh, well, still, if I were her, I wouldn't want anyone to keep it from me.
Just don't be bad news. Don't be bad news.
Go ahead.
Hello? Oh, hi. Hi, Joe. Yeah, he's right here. Hold on a second. It's Joe Bailey.
Hi, Joe, what's up? Meeting with Jason Bennett, I sure went.
What?
That's pretty short notice.
Listen, I thought you were gonna go for a dip.
Weren't you?
Oh, I'm gonna wait till the water warms up.
Well, I think I'm gonna head back to the house and take a shower.
Well, what's your hurry? The pond will be warm soon, and I think we should get to know one another. You know, since we're working on my grandfather's account.
Yeah, well, I don't know how your grandfather would feel about me mixing business with pleasure.
Oh, well, I'll take that as a compliment. Besides, we're just having a friendly little conversation, aren't we?
Well, I'm not good at small talk, but if you want to swim, I'll wait because you shouldn't go in alone.
Well, I have been swimming all my life, Mr. Lafferty.
Yeah, I know. I saw your mother's swimming pool.
Actually, you know what I should show you is her stable. She's got some wonderful horses. Cost her a fortune, of course. In fact, the estate is so big that she has to have an army of servants to take care of it. That's why I like the condo, you know. There's a lot more privacy there. The place I like best, though, is this farm. Especially this pond. I remember the first time when I saw it. I didn't even know that Iva was my mother then.
Your dad, Josh, talked about you all the time, but he never mentioned your mom. Was it an unfriendly divorce?
Actually, they weren't married. Iva had me when she was 13, and she gave me up for an adoption. I thought I was Lucinda's natural child until 3 years ago.
Well, I never met Iva yet, but I got a feeling you're more Mrs. Walsh-Dixon's daughter than Snyder.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Well, look, if you're not gonna go for a swim, I'm gonna get at it.
All right. I'll go for a swim, but I'm just gonna swim across and back. Sure you won't join me?
I don't have my bathing suit.
I won't tell anybody. All right, I'm going. I'm gone. Hey, Julie.
Bounty means never having to say,
I'm sorry. So sorry.
even for the worst spills.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Bounty's quicker and thicker than any other national two-ply paper towel. Bounty, the quicker, thicker picker-upper. Bounty means never having to say you're sorry. Whatever touches your sink is touching a deep-down clean surface.
Introducing Better Cleaning Comet with Chlorinol Plus, a power bleach that penetrates tough, greasy food stains better, going deep into those tiny crevices where dirt gets trapped. Dirt other leading cleansers can leave behind.
So your kitchen sink is ready for anything.
New Comet with Chlorinol Plus. Deep down, you know it's better.
Allergies. Thankfully, there's new Pediacare Allergy. There's no alcohol, and it doesn't make her so sleepy. It has the formula pediatricians prefer over Benadryl Elixir. As long as she has allergies, I'll trust Pediacare.
To clean your hard-to-reach back teeth, you can either get a flip-top head or get Reach, the clean teeth toothbrush with an angled neck to clean hard-to-reach back teeth. Reach, the clean teeth toothbrush.
Take one hard-bitten cop, put him in a classroom setting, and it's a textbook for murder.
There is a man to be reckoned with.
On Murder, She Wrote, Sunday.
Julie, why are you waking up so early?
Sun woke me up. We'll talk later.
When?
Hey, darling. I can't believe when I saw you running across the fields. You're gonna be a regular farm girl up with the roosters. Link, morning.
Morning. Hey, it's a beautiful place you got here.
Thanks, yeah, it is. Hey, Lily. Yeah, she's brave. I know you didn't come out here to take a swim. I could throw you in, though.
No. No, it was just such a gorgeous morning. I decided to go out for a walk.
Almost as gorgeous as my wife.
Well, I'll see you all back at the house.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God, she's gone under.
You know, some guys get so possessive. Once you get close, they catch you in a net. You've got better things to do running a big fashion company. You know, any day, I'm gonna come in here, find out you've moved to a big, fancy penthouse.
I'm not about to do that.
Paul, your life has changed more than you're willing to admit to. I mean, besides, you've never belonged here. You're more at home having dinner at the Mona Lisa or dropping by the Walsh Mansion for a
You
dip
see,
in the
you don't
pool.
understand. I feel very at home here. And I know that you know me for who I am, not who my parents were. Hello? Hal?
Listen, Paul, I don't have much time. My flight leaves for Rome in 20 minutes.
Hal, are you sure that you want to go there? I mean, Mom may be with Visconti.
Yeah, I know, but I have got to find her, Paul. I just want you to promise me that you are not gonna call her and tell her that I'm coming this time.
No, I won't. I promise. I'm sorry I even called her in Edinburgh. I knew I shouldn't, but...
About what?
Well, Lily thought it was a good idea, and she convinced me.
Lily? Well, that's interesting.
Hal, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Paul. Look, don't sweat it. Believe me, I'm doing enough of that for both of us. Listen, I'll keep in touch. I've decided that I'm not going to come back until I find her and I get some straight answers first. I find out what the hell is going on. And then if she wants a divorce...
Susan, I brought you some coffee in Danish.
Oh, great. Thanks.
How's his temperature?
Well, it went down. It's a bit subnormal now.
So that's great, then maybe she's getting better.
Well, I don't know, Duke. This disease is so unpredictable. You know, the symptoms come and they go. The next 24 hours are really critical.
Mom, you're not staying here all day again, are you?
Sweetheart, don't worry about me. I'm gonna get a lot of rest when he's through this, okay?
You are not gonna do Casey any good if you're sick. Look, Lila isn't even here.
That's because Lila didn't know he took a turn for the worse yesterday.
Lila doesn't know.
No, Casey didn't want to worry her, so he told Margot not to tell her.
How could Margot go along with something like that?
Sweetheart, look. Lila's gonna come on in an hour. She'll be on duty. He could rally by then. We have time.
I don't think so.
Hi, honey. What are you two doing here so early?
Why do people love Hellman's Real Mayonnaise best?
Potatoes have eyes for Hellman's. Onions cry for Hellman's. Lobsters claw for celery stalks. And food loves Hellman's.
The rich, creamy taste of Hellman's. It makes foods you love best taste even better.
Hellman's has the taste you love. Good food gets better. Just put it all together with the one best mayonnaise. Yes, food loves Hellman's. So bring out the Hellman's and bring out the best.
My interview's in an hour and I'm out of antiperspirant. So I used my daughter's Suave. It kept me cool and dry through hours of interviews. And when she told me you save with Suave, I switched.
Saving money is very important to us office managers.
Now Germac lets you defy gravity, freeze your assets, learn to sculpt, make waves. Introducing the Germac Stylers for state-of-the-art control and endless possibilities.
Once upon a time, the little wizard was asked to change the royal baby's diapers. And so, he did. Introducing Kleenex Huggies for him and for her. They stop leaks like no other diaper. With a soft waistband, leakage control shields, and extra padding in just the right place for him and for her. So babies in every kingdom can live happily ever after. New Huggies for him and her, the newest members of the Huggies family.
The Peanuts gang goes back to the past, and they'll flip when they meet some pretty famous people. Join Lucy, Snoopy, Linus, and the rest on This Is America, Charlie Brown. Then, Simon locks lips with the opposite sex.
You liked it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Has nature created a monster?
This is Jumpin' Johnny Hormone.
Normal Life, tonight. Watch Guiding Light today.
Is something wrong with Casey?
Lila, there's something you should...
Casey?
I
sunshine.
Hey. How are you feeling?
Not bad now that you're here. Did you get some rest last night?
Honey, don't lie to me. I know something's wrong. I could see it in Susan and Duke's faces.
Okay. I had a rocky night, but I feel much better now that you're here. You got a message from Katie for me. I want to hear it.
Yeah, sure. Periods of disorientation?
It's no big deal. I was dreaming, you know. I was just babbling, saying something goofy. Nothing.
It says here that it started, but this happened before I left for home. Why didn't someone tell me about this?
Lila, this isn't Susan's fault, okay?
I didn't want to worry you, honey. I didn't want you staying here all night. I asked Margot not to tell you.
Margot? Margot knew about this?
Well, supervising nurse said Casey had kind of a tough night.
Okay, so we better figure out what we're gonna say to Lila before we drop Adam off over there.
Yeah. I don't want her to get to the hospital and get hit with this news. I should have told her last night.
Don't go second-guessing yourself. I gotta get a shower. You wanna go first?
No, you go ahead, because you got to get ready for your trip to D.C. I got to figure out what I'm going to tell Mama.
Stay with Mommy, bud.
Hello. Hal, have you found Barbara? Rome?
Paul told me she called him from Franco Visconti's villa yesterday. I've got to find her, Margot. There's no way I'm going to give her a divorce unless I get some straight answers first.
Hal, you really want to do that?
Margot, whatever it is, believe me, I couldn't feel any worse than I do right now. Hey, how's Adam?
He's fine. He's sitting right here with me, fixing everything, being as adorable as ever.
Well, thank God I've got the two of you to come home to. Whatever happens, I've got a son. Nobody can ever take that away from me.
Christopher still asleep?
Yes. Franny left a note saying she was going down to the center to handle some mail. I have a feeling the real reason is she's just uncomfortable with all the attention here in the house.
Kim, what are you saying? Do you want me to move out?
I think that deep down, that's what you want to do.
How can you say that? I told you how I feel.
Remember I said that I couldn't get Susan out of my mind? Or rather, you and Susan together, Foxwood Lodge. I feel as if it's deja vu.
I don't know what you mean.
Talking about a night 20-some years ago. You and I spent together in Florida while you and Jennifer were separated.
Why are you bringing that up now?
I'm bringing it up because I don't think you are the kind of man to have a casual affair or to turn to another woman out of some emotional impulse. I think you have to have deep feelings for her. Isn't that true?
I've never pretended that I didn't care for Susan. We grew very close while you were...
I know. While I was spending all my time with John worrying about Andy. I take the blame for that. I did it. But I think that
It's time that you were honest with yourself and with me. But the real reason this happened, you have deep feelings for Susan, and that's not going to change, even if I do say all is forgiven. I'm right, aren't I?
Yes.
Well, I thank you for being honest about it.
I don't love Susan. What?
You know, I just can't deal with anything more right now. I get my bath and get dressed before Christopher gets up.
Bob, please don't tell Kim. She won't be able to deal with it. There's been too much bad history between us. If it were anyone but me, it might be different. But she'll never be able to forgive you for turning to me.
You have to have deep feelings for Susan. That's not going to just go away, even if I say all is forgiven. I'm right, aren't I?
Yes.
In a recent study of couples, social scientists found that a full 50% prefer a squeeze to a pat. Of those who prefer a pat, 35% still like an occasional squeeze. So we're introducing squeezable I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. The only squeezable spread flavored with sweet cream buttermilk for a fresh butter taste, but without the cholesterol to spoil the romance. So give your special someone a good healthy squeeze. I can't believe it's not butter. The taste you love without the cholesterol.
From now on, there's only one thing to remember about saving on long distance. Sprint Plus always costs less than AT&T. And for a limited time, Sprint Plus comes with 1 free month of the best-sounding long distance. That's right, 1 free month. Just call 1-800-877-4000 now. Don't miss Sprint Plus with 1 free month. Now the best savings plan saves you even more.
What this needs is what this needs. Bactine. It's unsurpassed in infection protection, and its lidocaine helps the hurt stop hurting. Ask any kid. Bactine is tough medicine with a tender touch.
The garbage bag you choose can make the job a hassle or a cinch.
Cinch, cinch, cinch.
Hassle, hassle, hassle.
Cinch.
Hassle. Just pull the super strong cinch on a hefty cinch sack bag. Don't just get rid of the garbage. Get rid of the hassles.
Hefty, hefty cinch sack.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
I'm gonna fight you for Nikki, and I'm gonna win. She's not gonna take you back.
There is no comparison between Jack and Victor.
I want to go for the jugular. I'm going to break his neck.
One is just as bad as the other.
Why don't you have the good sense and dump that guy?
Here's to you, Victor. The battle continues on The Young and the Restless weekdays.
This is CBS.
Melissa, what time is it? I don't know.
You've got 4 watches on that arm and not one of them tells time?
It's a look, Dad.
Pass the iced tea.
4C, the official iced tea of the Davis family. A definitive word on granola from Professor Blanton Dixon.
Unlike common bread, granola is substantially larger to accommodate all these tasty little... To further enhance the flavor, they've sprinkled on generous amounts of... well, thingums, you might call them. Oh, and let's not overlook these delicious doodads here. I love them. Oh, and the taste of these...
Granola tastes different because it's full of good stuff from Arnold's Bakery.
You wouldn't believe these whatchamacallits over here.
I just told Mom about our new cake with no cholesterol.
I told my boys they better taste good.
I said, Mom, these cakes have no fat.
I told my boys they better taste good.
Then I assured Mom we're baking them with only the best ingredients.
So I told my boys they're gonna taste good.
No fat, no cholesterol, and Entenmann's quality and taste.
Good work.
I told you, Mom.
Entenmann's. Quality since Mom was a kid.
Marilyn, Elvis, and James Dean. The secret sex lives of Hollywood's love icons. Next around. Today at 4.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
What is it? What happened?
What is it? I went down the drain. I was washing my hands on my ring.
Here it is. Look, here it is. It's not...
No, my wedding band is gone. My wedding band is gone.
No, it's
oh my
not.
God, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't
It's not lost.
stand it. I can't stand it.
Honey, here it is. Have it.
Oh my God.
It's a bad sign for him to be disoriented. You were with him all last night. Do you think he's getting worse?
Well, he was half awake most of the night. He could be dreaming. Look, it's very hard for me to be any more objective than you are at this point. Why don't you stay, talk to Dr. Purcell?
I'm asking you as a friend, Susan, do you think he's getting worse?
In some ways, yes. But his temperature's going down a lot. I mean, it's hard to say. I really would have called you if there had been a definite change for the worse.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to count on anyone calling me. I'm going to stay right here until the crisis is over.
Lila, Casey wants to see you. If you'd like to hear Katie's tape.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Oh, there's Gary Podvitz. Hey, hold on. Gary!
Listen, will you go home now? Huh? Lila's here.
No, I want to stay and talk to Bill Purcell. He's going to come in later.
All right, well, will you at least go to the cafeteria with me, and I'll buy you some tea and maybe a donut if you're good?
Excuse me, Dr. Stewart. Can I go in and see Casey? I won't stay long.
Oh, sure, Gary. I know he'd like to see you, but don't tire him, okay?
Okay.
All right, you man.
Hey, what's he doing?
Casey seems to be holding his own. Lila's in there.
Yeah, I know. We dropped Adam off, and Marilyn told us that she left already.
I'm sure she's going to understand why you didn't tell her last night.
The guys at the VA are going to have a party when the pattern show goes on the air. Everybody wants to make sure you're going to be there because you're responsible for the whole thing. Keegan, man,
He can't even believe I got a full-time job. Now he's all excited, wants to get out and get a job for himself.
That's great. Schaefer's still going back to college to get his degree?
No, Pfeiffer's going to college. Schaefer never graduated from high school, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can't shoot the breeze with you any longer. I gotta get back to work. I'll see you later, buddy.
All right, thanks for stopping by, Keegan. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, you too.
Got a lot of good friends. But we've got to start turning them away, honey. You just got to get some rest now, okay? Was he like this all night?
It comes and goes.
Well, I should have known. I'll be right back. I'm going to talk to Dr. Stewart.
It's Velveeta versus cheddar. Our Velveeta melts much better. Cheddar's lumpy, cheddar's oily. It dribbles off your plate onto your doily. When the cookbook calls for cheddar, make it with Velveeta, it cooks better.
And when your recipe calls for shredded cheddar, try Velveeta Shredded for smoother melting and better cooking every time.
Epi Smile presents the designer smile. It's whiter, so very brilliant. Epi Smile, for the whiteness you can measure. The first cosmetic tooth whitener. Another beauty breakthrough from Epi products.
Wherever you go,
Chaque fois qu'on l'utilise, c'est de plus en plus facile.
17 million women will tell you the same thing.
Nikt nie lubi golić nóg. Jeżeli zdecydowałaś się, Epilady jest najlepszym sposobem.
Epilady Mini and Trio Cordless, the more you use them, the better it feels.
You've never seen a shaver like this before. It's the 3M Surgical Clipper by Remington. Hospitals are now using it, and you can benefit from this advanced technology at home. The Remington microscreen shaves as close as a blade, or your money back.
When your body says, Mentholatum says, yes, you can. Mentholatum Deep Heating works like a penetrating massage to help you get going. Mentholatum Deep Heating says, yes, you can.
I don't know what to say to you. What if it had been Tom in there and I hadn't told you? Mama, you let me go home. I went home and I thought everything was just fine. I so little Kate. I said, your daddy's really getting better now. I did the laundry, I did the housework, and the whole time my husband is going through a crisis.
Well, Casey begged me not to tell you. Look, he was worried about you. He knew what you'd been through. He didn't want to put you through anymore. He begged me not to tell you. I promised him I wouldn't. I don't know what to do. What are you supposed to do in a situation like that? I thought you'd understand.
Understand? Don't you understand what this horrible disease is doing to his mind? He is incapable of making any kind of a decision.
No, that's not true. He was perfectly lucid when we talked yesterday.
I saw Casey yesterday. I have to agree. I'm not taking sides. If he had improved during the night, we wouldn't have this.
He has not improved. You had no right. You had no right to let me go home. You had no right to tell Duke, just drive her home and keep quiet.
I'm sorry.
You think it is hard enough for me? God, I'm gonna fight you, too. You don't have to stay. I'm not gonna let Casey see any more visitors.
No, I want to stay.
All right. I'm going to the ladies' room to wash my face. I don't want Casey to see that I've been crying.
your leg? Feel better?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Sorry I scared everybody like that. Thanks for saving me, Link.
Well, that's all right. Well, I guess I'll be seeing you all around later.
All right. Yeah. You gonna be at the office?
Yeah, I'll be there. Well, maybe you should try to get up on your feet.
Yeah.
Walk around a bit.
Oh.
How's it feel?
That's all right. I'll live. Thanks. Can't believe you're up so early, Julie.
I think Link better watch his step.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? It's obvious Lily's got the hots for him.
What are you talking about? She just met him yesterday. Anybody's on the make, it's Link. I don't like the way he's looking at you.
Oh, honey. I didn't even notice. You know, I only have eyes for you.
Maybe I should have left that blanket on the ground.
Maybe you should have.
Whoever said life begins at 40 obviously hasn't turned 50 yet. We want to extend these good years, so we've made some changes. The right foods, a little exercise, and because our nutritional needs have changed, we take a new multivitamin tablet. New Geritol Extend, with all the vitamins we need. It's made for folks over 50. New Geritol Extend, because you're as young as you feel.
She thinks I can't cook. Wait till she tastes this.
Can I help?
No, everything is under control. Oh, Peter Pan.
Something smells very good in there.
Only 780 of the finest freshly roasted peanuts in every jar.
I'm getting hungry.
Be patient. Ooh, eat some peanut butter anytime you can. Only at Peter Pan.
It's days like this when I just want to cut all my hair off.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, your hair always looks good. I mean, really good. What do you use on it?
You mean shampoo?
Yeah.
Suave?
Swap.
Uh-huh.
Great.
What?
Meanwhile, I'm buying the most expensive things I can get my hands on.
You know, that sounds so much like
I
me.
know. What is wrong with me? So you really like Suave best, huh?
I really do.
Suave. When you know beautiful hair doesn't have to cost a fortune.
Now you're cooking healthy, salt-free. I love Mrs. Dash. Shaking on the flavors, zesty, healthy. I love Mrs. Dash.
Mrs. Dash, 14 herbs and spices for healthier flavor instead of salt.
Your heart will thank you.
I go to Lens Crafters because with my job, glasses in an hour are not just a convenience, they're a must.
Lens Crafters puts the whole lab right in the store to custom craft your top quality glasses in about an hour. Call Lens Crafters at 1-800-522-LENS.
Mom, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just clearing out your room, and I thought I'd store some of the stuff in mine.
I told you not to bother. I'm fine at Cal's.
I know, but I just thought it would be good if you knew you had a place to come, just in case you wanted to come home. Have you had breakfast?
Yes, and I wouldn't let you fix it for me anyway. I've got enough to do taking care of all the boarders. You know, someday I'm gonna send them all packing, and I'm gonna fix this house up like it was before the old man walked out.
Look, I know how you hate having strangers in this house, but it keeps me from being lonely. And it's nice having young people around, like Paul Ryan.
What's he doing living here anyway, the son of a famous designer?
I don't ask questions, son. Look, are you sure you're happy over at Mr. Strickland's? I have a boarder who's about to move out.
Mom, I promise I'll come and see you as long as I'm in town, but don't expect me to move back in here. Why do you keep this around?
He's your father. And he gave me a son. If nothing else.
Some father. Look, I gotta get to a meeting. I'll see you tonight. I'll take you to dinner.
Joyce is giving Christopher his breakfast if you want to see him before you leave.
Yeah, I do. I'm glad to see you wearing your ring. I wasn't sure you'd put it back on again.
Well, I can't make a decision about that now.
I hope you never do.
You know, I just think that you have been so determined to convince me that you love me and that we can make our marriage work again. I don't think that you've given yourself the opportunity to explore how you really feel about me or about Susan. You've got to be sure about your feelings before we can come to any decision.
I am sure.
I also think that you are right about one thing. We can't work this out if we're apart.
I'm glad.
I don't think that we can just pick up where we left off. And last night was a mistake. I think we both thought the barriers were just going to fall down. Just made it all the more painful.
I'll move my things into the guest room when I get home tonight.
I'll do it. I have time. I'd rather do it now while Franny's out of the house.
All right.
You can search gourmet coffee shops from New Orleans to New York to San Francisco, and still you won't find a gourmet coffee like Gourmet Supreme from Folgers right in your market. It's mountain-grown Colombian, blended with select gourmet beans for an enticing aroma and gourmet taste.
Really brighten your day when you started out gourmet. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Folgers Gourmet Supreme in the black can.
You know, milk's great for a lot of things, but when it comes to my coffee, this is great. Coffee Mate. It makes my coffee rich, smooth, and creamy. The way I like it. So milk for some things, but Coffee Mate for my coffee. It works out beautifully.
Coffee made from Carnation. What you put in coffee, even when there's milk around.
It's new. It's improved. It's just bursting with extra skin conditioners. Jergens, Aloe, and Lanolin Skin Conditioning Bar. Now, just bursting with extra skin conditioners.
This summer, fasten your seatbelts and hold on to your hats. Total Recall is the thrill ride of the summer. Prepare to be blown away. Total Recall, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Hello.
Julie, it's Link.
I can't talk. Caleb is right outside.
All right, then just listen. I don't like all this lying and pretending. I've been on my own for years, just trying to get away from situations like the one I walked into here.
I tried to meet you over at Cal's this morning.
Not good enough. No, look, I'm about to start a job that Cal Strickland gave me, and I feel like a damn hypocrite.
Well, I don't know what to do here.
Well, I do. I'm gonna drive over there today, and we're gonna get everything out in the open.
No, you can't do that. I don't want Caleb finding out.
That's your problem. I'll see you later.
Who's that on the phone? Julie, what's wrong?
It's a friend of my mother's in Seattle. My mother is very sick. I've got to fly out of here and get back home.
Sweetie.
See, the biggest problem is that Barbara Ryan Originals is built solely on the reputation of one woman. Hank is doing a good job, but our buyers are feeling very slighted because she's gone and they're holding back on their orders.
Morning, everyone. Hey.
Morning,
Link, hi, you're early.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. You know, I have everything ready for the meeting already. That's fine.
Oh, thanks, Emily. I appreciate it.
You know, I've been thinking, since BRO is in the shape it's in, I think you should start working on it full time.
Lily, what about my other accounts, like Lawrence Industries and Stritco?
Well, I'm sure that Sean and I can handle those accounts. And Paul, until BRO is out of the red, we're going to work gratis.
No, Lily, I can't let you do that.
Paul, that's what I want to do, all right? Well, Link, let's work in my office so we don't disturb
Excuse
them.
me, Lily. I think I should take this meeting with Link. I am the one who drew up all the proposals.
Well, I'm familiar with proposals, too. And I think we need to get BRO in the best shape we can so Barbara has a reason to come home. I'm sure Paul agrees. Link, you ready to start working with me?
I don't like unexpected visitors in my home, Detective Monson.
Yeah, I gathered that from the reception I got from the goon at the gates. Listen, I know Barbara was here yesterday when she telephoned her son.
Do you think I'm a criminal suspect back in Oakdale? I don't have to answer your questions. But I will tell you this. Your wife was here yesterday for a few hours, between flights. I was in Scotland at the time, and when I returned here this morning, she had gone.
Where is she now?
I have no idea.
For some reason, I don't believe you. Did you see Barbara when she was in Scotland?
Yes. That's when she asked me if she could stay here. I was happy to say yes. She's a very good friend and a very valued business associate. Look, I am sorry for you. But I really think it would be wise if you respected her wishes and stopped pursuing her.
Well, thanks for telling me what you really think, but I think I'll pursue her until I find her. You see, I love her. And if I find out that you have taken advantage of your friendship with her, believe me, you'll regret it.
What is this? You come into my house and you threaten me? Alfredo, will you please see Detective Munson out?
Forget it, Alfredo. Better not be lying to me, Franco.
Make sure he leaves. Barbara, he's gone. But I think you'd better stay in the cottage until Alfredo comes back. I don't think your husband will return. He'd better not.
How's he doing?
There's no change in the last hour.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm okay. Kind of missing Tom already. How about you and Kim?
I'm back living at the house.
That's great, Bob.
Well, it's a step in the right direction.
Can you see Casey?
I have a consultation. I'll be in my office.
Okay. Well, I'm really glad that you and Bob are back together.
Did Bob say that?
No, he didn't say that exactly. No, it just... I know these things take time.
Well, how's Casey doing?
Not as well as we'd expected. Some of his symptoms have gotten worse, and... You know, Kim, I didn't tell Mom about it, and she found out this morning. She's pretty mad at me now.
Well, I can kind of understand how she feels. It's probably better for her to know the truth, even if it's not what she wants to hear.
I gotta get to the station. You tell Mama that I'm no more than 5 minutes away if she needs me. I don't want to interrupt her, okay?
I'll tell her.
Thanks.
Come on, Susan. You know I can't afford a private nurse. It's not covered on the insurance.
I know that. I don't want you to worry about it. I'm taking care of it.
Come on now. It's
No, come on. Just consider it a gift from a crazy lady who loves you a lot, okay? Please, let me do it, all right? Thanks.
Thank you.
It's okay. Hey, I gotta go talk to Dr. Purcell. I'll be right back.
This awful itch. Won't anything stop it fast?
Lanolin will. Lanolin shuts off the itch like a switch, instantly. Look, Benadryl can't. Cordaid can't. Hydrocortisones can't. Only Lanolin cream actually quiets the itch nerves that cause every itch, instantly, on contact. So for the fastest relief of every itch, get Lanolin.
Lanolin does shut off the itch. Like a switch. Instantly.
The show must go on, even when you have your period. That's why you need SURE&NATURAL, the Thin Maxi with our unique thin layer of super absorbents to protect you. SURE&NATURal, because life doesn't stop for your period.
To clean your hard-to-reach back teeth, you can either get a flip-top head or get Reach, the clean teeth toothbrush.
Oh. How was my meatloaf? Oh, excellent.
That was meatloaf?
Oh.
I have the perfect remedy, Mom.
Oh, I can't take Alka-Seltzer.
This one's easy to take. Advanced formula Alka-Seltzer. It has 75% less sodium, a fresh lemony taste, and you can take it with just a little water.
That tasted great. But it's not Alka-Seltzer.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
How's your heartburn with headache?
Better.
See?
Are you two taking Alka-Seltzer?
Oh, no. Alka-Seltzer.
Advanced formula. Believe it or not, it's Alka-Seltzer.
McCabe has a date, but a good time turns to murder, and his lady love knows more than she'll tell.
I can have you arrested.
Jake and the Fat Man. Then the nightmare begins.
I need to report a lost boy.
The Search for Matthew, a 48-hour special edition. Tonight, after Jake and the Fat Man.
A fantasy come true. Raquel Welch stranded on a tropical island with one man until they came and started Trouble in Paradise Sunday.
Blouses by Regina Porter. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.